Hey, what is up? This video is literally just pretty much a huge thank you to you guys. I definitely wanted to give back to you. This video is a Snapchat Q&A. If you guys have me on Snapchat, I sent out a snap actually this morning right before this video went up, and we got some questions to answer. So I wanted to get into these. Guys, we hit 90,000 subscribers yesterday, and right now we're at 90,120. 100K to me is just the beginning of everything. And I thought coming up to 90,000 was a big deal, but I think once I hit 100K, it's just like a new beginning and it's a fresh start. Not necessarily a fresh start, but a lot of more things are gonna be happening and things are gonna blow up, things are gonna go off, and it's gonna be awesome. So this is me giving my appreciation to you guys. I got this like cool, I like to drink coffee, so there's this thing called Built. I got it at Walmart, it was like $8. This thing is awesome. This thing will keep your coffee warm for like 6 hours. But here we go, you guys definitely deserve the Q&A. I wanted to get back to you guys. You guys have questions, it looks like. So there's someone saying, I have some fairly thick dreads, only 16 on top with the full undercut. Sometimes they don't really hang or stay down, so it's hard to wear them down. Any tips on getting them some weight and shape so I can actually wear them down? They look good. So to me, his dreadlocks look really good. They look good down. I think it's just an insecurity thing, and there's nothing wrong with being like that at the beginning stages of your dreadlocks. That comes with a lot of things, like being new in a certain thing. It's tough to get used to it, especially like a hairstyle or a lifestyle, or even just the way you dress. It's definitely weird putting yourself out in public like with new things. It was always tough for me. So every year before school, I would go school shopping, and every year we would get new clothes, and I never wanted to wear my new clothes on the first day, let alone like probably the first week, because I don't like putting new things out there and being like, oh, this is all the new stuff, even though I'm not that type of person. But I don't want people to look at me and be like, well, he thinks he's brand new. But who cares what people think? That is a dumb mentality to have. That's something that I always dealt with in high school. It doesn't really matter what people think of you. It's just, what is your intentions? How do you want to live? And how do you want to present yourself? Those aren't like the rules to life. It's just kind of things that I'm coming off the top of my head right now. But especially something like this, something little as your hair, like don't let it get to you. Your hair looks fine like that. How does it get heavier? Just with length and time. Honestly, to make your hair heavy, you have to have more hair. So with that, you just need growth and patience, and then it'll just start to hang a little better. So this one says, hey, I have freeform dreads and they are just now all starting to lock up, but I noticed that most of my dreads are really thin. Will they thicken up over time by themselves, or will I have to combine dreads if I want them to be thicker? And he said this is what his dreads will look like right now. So that's actually really good. How do you make your dreads thicker? One thing that I did notice is that if your dreads are thicker, they're gonna be shorter. So if your hair is thin and then you're trying to make it thicker, the thing is that the root is always gonna be the same size because it's the same amount of hair in the dread. But if the dread is getting thicker, it's gonna be thick at the end and thin at the root. I think the best thing for making dreadlocks thicker is combination. So you'd have to combine dreadlocks. That just makes it better for the dread, and that allows the hair on the scalp that's connected to the dreadlock to be there and be strong rather than being thin and having the dreadlock thick. So combining dreadlocks is probably the best way to make your dreads thicker. You could just take a crochet hook to it, widen it up and loosen it up, make it more clumpy to where it'll thicken up. But like I said, the root is always gonna be thin in the same size. Someone asked me if I still skate. I actually posted a video on Facebook, a throwback video of me doing like a long 50-50 grind with 180 out. And I have not skated in a really long time. The last time I skated was probably a month ago. I definitely want to get back into it. Skateboarding is so much fun. One thing that I was thinking recently is skateboarding isn't fun unless there's people doing it with you or if there's people around you. Honestly, just everything is better when there's more people with you, I think. So I definitely want to get back into it. It's not something that I've given up on, but I haven't really had time for it lately. Someone said, "Sup bro, you've been my inspiration for a minute now, and just wondering any steps or ideas you have that will help my locks move around and be wavy. Also, I've had my locks for about 6 months now, and I've gotten them by towel rub, sponge rub, crochet hooking, and now just started twisting my hair with Jamaican mango and lime locking gel." And he said his hair is 4 inches, by the way. Honestly, this sounds exactly how I got my dreadlocks. When my hair was 4 inches though, it wasn't wavy, it wasn't any type of way, it was just straight. So I could see why he wants his hair to be wavy or curly. The only way you can do that is if you braid your hair and do a braid out, because if you do a braid out, it makes your dreadlocks wavy. So that is an easy answer to that. You can't do like curling on dreadlocks. I've tried it before, it doesn't work. But if you want your dreadlocks to curl or wave, you would have to do braids and then braid it out. Someone asked if I could go all the way back to when I started my dreadlocks, would I start with a full head of dreads or start the way that I did? To tell you the truth, I would like to try out and see what it would look like with a full head of dreads and how everything works out. There wouldn't be the whole getting a fade, but I like that look. But then also at the same time, getting a fade all the time can be work, and it can be something that you don't want to do all the time. So it would be cool to see what it would look like as a full head of dreads. Hey Gunther, how you doing? Doing great. I've been watching your videos for a long time, but I was wondering, can I blunt my tips and make them nappy to make them lock faster with a crochet needle? I'm on the 4th month lock update. Let me know and keep up the great videos, and God bless you and your family. Oh, and by the way, you seem like a very down-to-earth and cool guy to chill with in person and have fun. For sure, that's what I do, man. But can you blunt off the tips with a crochet needle? Yes, I've actually made a video about that. You guys can go search for it if you're trying to blunt up the tips. Blunting up the tip pretty much just locks everything off and makes it to where it's round and not wispy. So that's blunting up the tips. We'll do 2 more questions and then we'll wrap all this up. Would I ever cut my hair really short? And I joke about this all the time. Like, I'll make videos to where I act like I'm cutting my hair or something, like something happens to where I cut my hair. And would I ever actually do it? Of course I would. I would love to have my hair short. I would love to not have dreadlocks. But then also on the flip side of that is like, I love having my hair long. I've always wanted my hair long. So then I have to keep my mind on that vision and that goal I've always had on keeping my hair long. Nothing wrong with me having both sides of that, but I can't be wavering and be like, oh, I want to cut it. Oh, I don't want to cut it. Like, I'm not going back and forth the whole time, but it is something that I'll think about sometimes and be, man, that'd be cool to have short hair. But then I always remind myself that I always wanted long hair. But then also, my brain changes a lot, my mind changes a lot, and you never know. In the future, I'll probably cut my hair. You guys let me know in the comment section what your response would be if I were to cut my hair. What would you guys react as? Because honestly, I want you guys to be in the position and not be down about me cutting my hair or something like that. I know a lot of people say that if I cut my hair, it would bum them out, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not your hair. But I guess I can see the inspiration behind it. Like, if I inspired you to get dreads, then that's one thing, but that should never mess you up on your whole dread journey if that's what it is. Someone sent me a picture that said dollar store Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther. This is hilarious, yo. He said he's a dollar store Michael B. Jordan in the Black Panther. Come on, bruh.
I got about 3A or 3B type hair, and I've had locks for about 4 months now, so some decent length. But I just got questions about how to clean up the roots. I've tried crochet, I've tried twisting, but they just always separate. So what do you have for tips? Hope you take the time to kind of view my video, hopefully post it. You're the reason I got locks, so have a great day, man.
So if you guys did hear him, he says he has about 2A or 2B, and that is very loose curl pattern, and his dreadlocks looked super good. So big ups to him. And he said I was the inspiration behind his dreadlocks, so it's really cool seeing people actually being inspired by what I do. But his dreadlocks looked really good, honestly, like some really cool dreadlocks. And he said that he was a dollar store Michael B. Jordan. I mean, obviously he was joking, but all jokes aside, his dreadlocks look dope and they're looking good. But how does he touch up the roots, especially with his hair being such a loose curl pattern? How does that work? How can you fix it? I think one thing that'll attack it really quickly is if you actually did interlocking. Interlocking isn't the best method for dreadlocks, but it is a way for people with straight hair, people with curly hair, wavy hair. It helps them to actually lock up the roots and make it look super maintained all the way down to the root. Now, you could do a crochet needle, but it is tough trying to get into little spaces, especially as close to the root as that is, to touch up the roots and make it tight like that. But also, his dreadlocks were short, so if you actually give it some time and keep maintaining along the way and let your hair fall down, it'll look more separated and actually be separated at the root because of the length. But if you do truly want to just get rid of all of that new growth and try to make it maintained, interlocking is the way to go. But you guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Thank you for snapping me questions. My Snapchat is Gundolphin if you guys want to follow me on there. But other than that, like the video if you guys enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have an amazing day. Matter of fact, have a great day. Peace out and God bless.